U.S. private placements are one of the most stable bond markets globally, and it really comes down to the nature of the investor base. They're predominantly insurance companies and pension funds. Those investors also have long-term investment horizons. They're not as reactionary to day-to-day market movements. We talk directly with our corporate clients and determine what their financing needs are, and we structure a transaction appropriately to ultimately sell to the U.S. investors.
Private placement is the de facto market for raising sizable amounts of money. Ultimately, bank capacity is finite, and especially if you want to go raise financing for a project, for an acquisition, you're going to rely on the bond market. It tends to be heavily represented by a lot of infrastructure companies that are seeking financing, as well as utility companies that are utilizing it for the same purposes. When we work with these issuers, we're providing advice on the structure, the coupon, and the demand we think that investors will have for that debt.
The private placement market really opens another pool of liquidity for issuers. So it adds diversification, and it also helps complement their funding sources in their local markets. We can essentially structure a transaction to an issuer's needs. There's a lot of flexibility that the market provides in terms of currencies, tenors, delayed fundings, and structures. We also see a number of global issuers. The key benefit for global issuers is the ability to raise other currencies outside of US dollars. A lot of corporates that are outside of the US tend to issue multi-currency tranche transactions, which will contain both US dollar tranches and then tranches in their local currencies.
50% of the market is domiciled outside of the U.S., so the fact that our bank has such a strong international presence with these issuers puts us in constant communication, given our day-to-day presence in a lot of the key regions. Scotiabank is Canada's international bank, so the very fact that our footprint is global, by definition, gives us an advantage.
We really do bring a one-team approach to each client. For every transaction that we do, all the different groups are involved. We work together with our banking team, our derivatives team, and our local DCM team to ensure that our client ultimately receives the best execution. The past 2 years have been very strong in terms of issuance volumes, and we do expect that to continue this year. Given the investors' willingness to look at different types of transactions, I think more issuers are going to be attracted to accessing the private placement market.